Hey everybody. Welcome to the Art of Emotion, and we're going to solve some posing problems today. I want to thank Miss Elena Marr. Thank you so very much for allowing me to come into this amazing group and to talk to you guys today and to help you guys solve our problems with posing. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We will be answering those questions in the chat for you. At the end of this, I will be answering questions for you also. I'm super excited to be here. I'm really excited to help you guys solve your posing problem. I know as photographers, that's one of the biggest things that we kind of struggle with. So let's get in here and let's get this done. Let's get over this problem. So here we go. So, F the traditional posing because it doesn't really work. So today we're going to be talking about solving your posing problem. Wouldn't that be so nice? Like legit, like if someone actually showed up who said they were going to solve your posing problem and did it. I'm going to do that. I'm really excited. So today we're going to learn why most posing routines don't actually work. There's a real reason why they don't work. We're going to see and feel how emotion and connection is absent from our work and why it's really important in our work. And it's a huge part of solving the posing problem. You're going to receive some actionables on how to create variety in your work. We're going to talk about that. We're going to look at it. And we're going to experience some glow ups. And then we're going to talk about why you absolutely unequivocally need the strip down methodology. Now, this masterclass is threefold, actually. I'm here to help you solve the posing problem, and I am going to give you actionables that you can you guys see my screen? Did I forget to share my screen? Oh my goodness. Hold on a second, people. Rookie move over here. Rookie move. 1 second. Can we see my screen now? Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. I didn't have my screen shared. I apologize. Okay, now we can see both. We've got me in there and the screen. Okay, cool. Thumbs up. Sorry about that, kids. So threefold, I was saying. I am going to give you actionables to help you solve your posing problems, period. I am going to deliver on that promise today. I am going to give one person a scholarship to the next strip down. You need to stay with me in the end. You need to be in the comments, asking questions, interacting with us, all of that good stuff. Excuse me. Pardon me. And then we're going to give away also Cinematic Lighting Course from Elena. Thank you, Elena. And then I am going to try and sell you into the strip down class. I'm going to do my very best to do that. And I'm going to do that for a real good reason. It's because I absolutely unequivocally believe in this product. And I think that every single one of you need it. If you've not taken it, you need to take it. If you're alumni, you should come back because we got more stuff in this iteration. So I'm just going to be 100% transparent with you. This is the best course in regards to leveling up your artistic work in the market. There is nothing else like it. There's not another educator that holds your hand like I do. And I'm just going to unabashedly sell to you. So there you go. But I'm also going to bring you value. I'm going to do both. And I'm giving away free stuff too. So buckle up, buttercups. Let's have a good time. Okay. So the problem number one, the first problem that you have is your posing routine. And we're going to figure out why it doesn't work, because generally speaking, they do not work. So oftentimes you guys are really struggling to memorize all of the poses, and this is a huge problem. So photographers approach posing with the intention to actually memorize all of the poses. So you go into your session and what you want to deliver a gallery of 100 or more images that are sellable, right? And so you've got to memorize all of these poses to try and do this. And a lot of times we want to imitate a genuine moment that's depicted in the human condition. We want to capture beautiful things, images and poses that we've seen before that we want to try and remember and do, and trying to keep all of that in your head. Ooh, that gets pretty difficult. But posing is important. It is our base. It's the starting ground for realizing your entire skill set, right? So we need to have posing down. And it's the number one thing that I hear you guys talk about struggling with all the time. So here's the problem. And I'm going to give you a solution, I promise. But I have absolutely identified what the problem is. The problem is that heavily memorized posing routines, they actually limit our focus as creatives. And this is scientifically proven. So through evolution, our brain, just like any other biological organ, has developed to conserve energy. So think about it, like, our caveman ancestors, they didn't go out for an evening jog or schedule like tennis matches with their friends. Like if they were going on a jog or they were running or anything like that, it was either for food or they were running away from being somebody else's food. So our body has evolved to conserve energy as much as it possibly can. Our brain is absolutely no different. When we become overwhelmed, and a lot of us creatives have attention issues, right? Your brain, this is science, actually conserves energy and shuts down. And that is exactly what is responsible for when you're in the middle of a session and you're just like, shoot, pose. Next, it's because you can't hold all of that information in your head at one time and your brain just shuts down on you. It's science. I'm not making it up. It is there. So we buy all the posing guides. We buy the posing cards. We have the apps on our phone. We create Pinterest boards. We do all of these things trying to memorize all of these poses, but it just does not work. It will not work. So, okay, well, there's the problem. What's going to be the solution? So, there's a lot of brain power in posing. Posing itself, like I said, it's full of brain resistant thinking because there are so many possible outcomes that our brain literally stops itself from moving forward. And that's where you get your absolute blank moments. I hate those moments. How about you guys? They just, wouldn't it be nice to never have another one again? It's possible. Okay, so categorization is actually a way to save energy in our minds because, again, it's impossible to remember hundreds of poses. But if you categorize posing into similar elements, it becomes easier to approach these possibilities. So I have a guide right now. It's called the Endless Posing Guide. And if we can drop a link in here, it would be awesome if you guys could do that. Everybody who is on this live that would like my posing guide, my endless posing formula, it is available for you. So we're going to drop a link for it and you can go and get it for free because I really do want to help you solve this problem. And the Endless Posing Guide is going to explain this to you a little bit more in depth and give you a solid place to get it. So I see it's been dropped. We'll keep dropping it so you guys can grab it. It's a great guide. Go and get it. It's going to help you. Promise. Okay. So now let's talk about the solution to this problem. We've identified what the problem is. If posing guides were the solution, let's see how many people are in here. We've got 60 something people in here right now. If posing guides were the solution, you guys wouldn't be here. No one would be here right now for this, right? So posing guides don't work. So what is the solution? Well, the solution is we can either call it categorical posing. We can call it foundation posing. I like to call it the endless posing solution or limitless posing. That's when we take it a step further. But it's all based on creating categories and it's all based on science and neuroscience more specifically, which is something I love. So we have 4 categories, okay? Our first category is standing. And I want you guys to think about this just for a second. If you only had to remember poses in categories, it would make it a lot easier than trying to remember an entire session. So when you start working your first poses in standing, and you do any and all standing poses that you can do. And that's it. You do not do anything other than standing your client up and posing them. The second one is sitting. Any and all poses in sitting. The third one is kneeling. We move into any and all poses that are kneeling. And then the fourth one, related to boudoir is lying. And that's any and all poses in a lying position. And those are once you're in each one of those categories, that's all that you focus on. That's it. That's all you have to work through. That is it. And this is part one of the solution. I know it sounds oversimplified. It really does. And it is actually pretty simple when you start using it. But we can layer some more things in there that can take it up as well. So again, we've got our 4 foundations. Like I said, we've got our standing, our sitting, our kneeling, and our laying. And now once you're in these, like you want to exhaust each one of the foundations till your mind is just like, I don't know what else to do, right? But I know that you can come up with 10 to 15 poses standing, and then 10 to 15 poses sitting, and then 10 to 15 poses kneeling, and then 10 to 15 poses laying. Then we take it a step further, right? Then we start working our cone, our angles, and our compositions. And you want to explore this cone, the angles, and the compositions for every single pose, okay? So here's my subject right here in the middle, okay? So I start with one standing pose, just one, and I shoot it from, far enough back that I can get full length, right? And then I come in and I do 3/4. And then I come in and I get much tighter, right? And then I come back and I shoot it from below. And I know we're taught not to shoot from below. Don't listen to that BS. It's not true. You shoot it from below, full length, below 3/4, below close up. Okay. Then above, you do the same exact thing. Then you move to the right. You entire process all over again. Come around here, do it to the left. And if you can, walk around the pose and see what else you can see. Right there alone, in one pose, you have so many possibilities. It's not even funny. And then when you learn how to add emotion to this and coaching for emotion, okay, that one pose turns into like just endless poses. It's ridiculous how much we can actually get. And we're not having to memorize anything, and we're able to actually flow. It's comfortable for us. It is no longer a problem, and it's a lot easier for our clients as well. So I'm just going to show you some examples of how I've worked from the cone. So you can see in this one, I started from pretty far off. I moved over to the side of it, came in much closer, went in a little bit deeper with the emotion. I've got 2 different images from this, several more as well, but I thought this was a really good example to share with you guys. Same pose, okay? Next pose. I'm shooting it from the front. I'm moving it to the side, and I come around the back. I didn't change anything, but I've got more images, right? Again, I'm going to shoot it full length. I'm going to come in closer. I'm going to change that just a little bit with her head and shoot it from a little bit different angle. I'm going to get below it, and then I'm going to come in tight for it. I haven't moved her. I've got her in sitting. The pose has got the teensy bit of change in it, but hardly anything. Are you guys like, oh my goodness, like what? Because I'm like, when I first learned how to do this, I was like, holy moly, this is going to change everything for me. And sorry, if you see me looking over to the side, it's because I have 2 monitors. You guys are over there. My presentation is in front of me, so I'm periodically looking over here. Okay, so we've got some more examples. One pose. Look, guys, she's sitting on her butt. The legs are the same. It is the same pose. I'm shooting it from, I had to get up for this one because she's obviously on top of a car, right? And then I'm coming below her, and I'm up again, and I'm up again, and I'm just moving around and changing it just a teeny bit, and I'm getting poses. We're going to do it again. Same pose. She's in the same position, small changes. I'm getting the variety. And again, and again. Are you getting what I'm laying down here? We're going to go through some more. Same pose. Just moving and changing it just a little bit. This is a really good one. Same pose. I'm just moving around my client. working my cone, all in a sitting position. I'm working in the sitting position in this. That's my sitting foundation. Here we go. Again, using that cone. You can create so much variety. Kept her sitting. My mind is free and clear. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not shutting down. I'm able to focus on the details. I'm able to focus on my composition, my cropping. I'm able to focus on emotion. I can make small changes to the pose and create a ton of variety that's sellable and beautiful all in one foundation without being completely overwhelmed. Again, one pose, walk around it. This is on Halloween. I did this with my cell phone, you guys. I have this little tree right next to you can see he's sitting on the ground, right? Dirt ground. This little palm tree right next to my house. This is my son on Halloween, and I wanted to get some pictures of him, and I wanted to create a lot of variety just with my cell phone. And so I've got him standing, right? Got my variety, sat him down, got my variety. It's easy. Another time we were out driving and I just saw this pretty location and I was like, ooh, those flowers look really good with what he's wearing today. Pulled him out of the car. I've got him in the same exact place. I'm just changing where I'm shooting from. Same place, changing I'm working my cone, right? He's standing up. Isn't he darling? I love my little guy so much. And again, we're in the same place. I decided, okay, I did the standing pose I wanted to do. I'm going to sit him down. I got him sit him down. I changed my focal point and my composition again and again. This is just on a Sunday drive. And I happened to drive down a street where there were some flowers that I was like, wow, those would match his outfit. Literally just pulled over, used my camera phone. There we go, Okay, so we see that if we use the foundations, right? So if we just work in the foundations and we use that cone, we can solve that problem. I just gave you the solution to the problem. It's that easy. Problem number 2, we're going to talk about with posing is connection and emotion oftentimes in our work is absent. And if we learn how to coach and direct our clients for different emotive states, we can take that one pose that I was talking about and add so many different emotive states to it and come up with a tremendous amount of variety. So the missing thing is in our work is this, a lot of us are always talking about that missing thing in our work, that missing thing in our work. My clients always look like deer in the headlights. They're pretty pictures, but they don't feel. We talk about this all the time. I hear it all the time. So that missing thing, it's kind of this deep intuition of an undeveloped skill that we have, and that's knowing and understanding body language. So we're going to get into that now. So as photographers, we're taught to capture the moment, right? But in order to create what we need to control more than just camera, lighting, and our subjects, we really have to do that. We need to learn about body language. So the unfortunate thing is that there's not a lot of education on body language. It's almost non-existent, except for in my class, the art of emotion. And it is one of the biggest things that we're missing. The categorical posing, foundational posing, endless posing, limitless posing, these things, they are a solid foundation. But if you really want to take your work to the next level, if you truly want to stand out, you learn how to coach and direct for emotion. So it's all in the body language. This is just a simple standing pose that I added an emotive state to. And the possibilities with this are absolutely endless. So I want you guys to understand something. And this is all science proven. I'm not just making it up. As a matter of fact, the majority of my course is all based in science. And art, of course, but approximately 2/3 of all communication is nonverbal. So that means that even while we're speaking, the majority of the communication that's happening between people or when you're looking at work is done via the body language. So when you're taking a photograph, 100% of what conveys emotion is body language. So I'm going to ask you guys a question really quick, and I'm going to look over here at the comments. How many of you feel like there's emotion missing from your work? Like you just keep taking pretty pictures of tushies on Tuesday. Ugh, so tired of it. But that human connection is missing. Like how many of you are like, oh my God, I'm that missing thing. That missing, like I hear it all the time. Okay, so if we're missing emotion, we're missing an opportunity to create work that is going to make us stand out from what is becoming a very oversaturated market with boudoir photographers. It is the fastest growing genre in portrait photography. And if you want to do well, you need to differentiate yourself. And this is the best way that you can do that. Obviously, you need to run a solid business as well. I don't want to, tell you all you have to do is take beautiful pictures. You also have to run your business. I can't help you with that part, but I can help you take the most gorgeous images that you've ever taken, and I can help you grow. So let's do this. So we're going to look at some images with and without emotion, okay? So we can work like everyone else does. We can buy the posing guide and try and use the routines and get stuck and take simply pretty pictures. This is a picture of a young lady who her father owns the jewelry store underneath my studio. And it's a pretty picture. It's good wardrobe. It's good lighting. It's a nice set. It's good, right? Like, you guys like this photo? I want to know. Tell me if you guys like this picture. And you can say no if you don't like it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm going to wait just a second and see what you guys have to say. If this was you, would you buy this photo? It's nice. It's pretty. I like the pose. It's okay. Pretty. Okay. No emotion. Some like it and some kind of don't. Okay. Not particularly. Okay, great. It's just a pose, right? It's a pose. That's it. Well, when I add emotion to the exact same pose, look at what I get. And this is I'm not changing the pose, by the way. This is the exact same pose. But I've added different emotive states. I've taken the beautiful things that are inside of her, not just her external being, which the picture before was. Now I'm taking beautiful things about her humanity and I'm pulling them out and I'm showcasing them. And now I've got images, right? Like these are gorgeous. And of course, she took them all. They're absolutely stunning. So moving on to the next set. We've got a kneeling pose. I see poses like this all the time. So if you guys tell me like it's just not a pose, whatever. I see people posting images like this all the time. So this is without adding emotion or knowing how to coach and direct for emotion. And then, bam, we start taking more than her physicality. We start adding who she is into the photo. We coach and direct for beautiful emotion. And now we've got images that make us stand out. You don't see images like this on Facebook. People aren't posting beautiful images like this with all of this kind of emotion. Generally, if we get it, it's kind of accidental. We haven't done it with intention. And that's a big key to this. Being able to do this intentionally is so incredibly important. And that's what you learn how to do and strip down. So now we've identified this second problem. So let's get after it, right? We want to get it. So I am going to go through this really quick. I'm going to go through this slide with you. And then I want you guys to mirror me. So can you guys see me well enough in the monitor? Someone let me know. Because I want you guys to follow along with me. I'm going to give you some facial isolation stuff that you can start doing with your clients right now. And this will make a difference in your work immediately. Okay, we can see me. Okay, cool. So let's work on some facial isolation stuff. So the first thing that we can have our clients do to get them to relax their faces, if we want to get that face relaxed. So I call these like the quick and dirty hacks, emotive amplifiers, quick and dirty hacks. These are just when you don't know how to coach and direct for emotion. These are some quick and dirty hacks that can help you get a little bit more. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to furrow our brows together. So if y'all can see me, I want everybody to do that with me. Just and breathe out as you do it. Furrow those brows all together now. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Okay, so we get our clients to do that. If you're having trouble doing that, you can take your 2 fingers just like this. You can grab those brows and pinch it together so you can feel what it feels like. Okay, that's one way to add some expression to the face. Another way, squinching your eyes. So I want you to think about looking through a room full of smoke and lowering those lids, just the bottom lids. We don't want to do this so it looks like we can't see anything because that's not going to make a pretty picture. That doesn't work. But if we go, ooh, that gives way more emotion and feeling to our images. Okay. Raising our eyebrows up and down and then up and down. This just helps the whole face relax, and the face is going to be a little bit more malleable and easier for you to work with. Wiggling the nose like a bunny. We're obviously not going to shoot this, but when we do this, it helps loosen up the facial muscles in tense faces. And if you guys don't think your clients have tense faces, you're missing something. Everybody that comes into your studio is nervous as can be about getting in front of your camera. Big, wide smile for a count of 5. This is another way that you can help them relax their faces. So you guys want to do this with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then let it go. And again. And let it go. It totally relaxes the face. Can you guys feel this as you're doing it? It makes such a huge difference. Relax the jaw like a yawn. So just open the jaw. That's going to relax everything in this area as well and make it easier for your clients to kind of fall into, not the kind of pictures that we so often get and we fight hard against, right? I know the struggle. I get it. And then ways that we can relax the mouth. We can do the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? So you can have your clients do that with you before a session just to relax everything so that they're not, I call it butt lips. So that their lips aren't super tight and closed. I see pictures like that, I immediately hold my breath. And when they see those pictures, they're going to hold their breath too. Because when your mouth is like that, you're holding your breath. So if you do say, if you want to get that mouth nice and relaxed, you can go with the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do that a few times and that gets the mouth relaxed. It's easier to do things with the mouth, like bring the fingers around the mouth, into the mouth, all the beautiful things that we do, right? This helps relax the mouth. Kissy face. So a big mwah helps relax it. It also helps relax like the upper torso. If you guys do it with me, you kind of lean in with it mwah, and then pull back a little, right? And it creates that kind of flirty feel too. Using vowels and phrases. This is really, really important. And this will be a game changer for you. So you can have them say A, E, I, O, U, or like, I want candy, right? But it's so important how you say things as opposed to just saying them. So watch this. A, E, I, O, U, or A, E, I, O, U, right? So the vocal intonation that you use when you're saying these things is going to dramatically change how it looks and how your client responds to what it is you're asking them to do. So you personally have to master doing these things, and then you're going to have your clients follow you. Because if you're willing to be vulnerable and do these things, your clients will be vulnerable back with you and do it for you. If you just ask them to do it, like say your vows. If I was in a studio and someone said, just go ahead and say your vows to relax your mouth, I would be like, A-E-I-O-U? Did I do that right? Like, or A-E-I-O-U? A-E-I-O-U? We need to guide them. That's incredibly important. So you need to know how to master this, and you need to take control of the show. So these things here, they're going to help you immensely get those faces relaxed so you get less of the deer in the headlights. Again, this is just like a quick and dirty hack. This is like not even a blip. This actually is like something we talk about. It's not even part of my actual course. It's just something that we talk about in our weekly calls. So, but these things will absolutely help you and start changing the game for you right away. And if you want to go further, you should join me in class, because you are going to get everything you need to be a brilliant artist. Okay, so problem number 3 is capturing variety in your work. We need better galleries so that we can make those bigger sales, right? So let's talk about this problem. If we use the 4 foundations and let's just say 5 emotions, that's it, we just use 5. Or if we use 1 foundation with different emotions and 1 foundation with the different ankles, all of those things combined equals limitless posing mastery and leveling up your game like nobody's business. I mean, you guys, I didn't put any student before and afters in today's presentation, but I know that I have students in the chat who would be happy to share those things with you. The way that my students are transformed is like nothing else you see in the industry. It is amazing. My students are master artists. They're incredible. And you can be too. You don't have to be a magical unicorn to do it. You just have to work. You have to have the knowledge and the information. You need someone guiding and coaching you through learning it. And then you have to put the work in, and you will get exactly everything out of it that you put into it. So I want to show you some examples of using those things. So I start with the standing pose. I lean her over. I change. I'm also changing the emotive states in this. Again, I've moved my angle and I've changed the emotive state. Prop her up in the window. Change the emotive state. Another image. Some more motion. I'm creating a tremendous amount of variety here by using my foundations and then adding emotion to it, and then working my angles and my cones, my crops, my composition. Really, when you break it all down and you learn how to do it, it changes everything. Next, we've just got some simple lying photos. We change the emotive states in them. We crop in. We get beautiful images. It's as simple as that, guys. We just need to learn how to do it. Add different emotions, add different angles, and it's awesome. Again, those emotive states and those angles, they make for beautiful work. Once again, just want to show you guys examples of what you can do when you know how to use all of these components together. Okay, so we're going to talk about application of it. I have one of my students with me who took the online class and who I also did a boudoir session for her. And when we were going through her gallery, she was like, I can't choose. I have to take them all. And we hit a point in the gallery. Here, we're just sitting, and she took so many of these images because there was so much variation in these simple sitting poses. She was like, I can't choose. Like, there's too many. And we have some more. I've got her in the same exact pose. I'm just changing the emotive states. And they're stunning. like just stunning. Devaney, these are gorgeous. um, again, basically same pose. I'm changing the emotive states and I'm getting completely different images. She was like, I can't pick. I thought I got variety. Like, this is variety, Denise. This is crazy. Her gallery was over 400 images, I believe. Again, same pose, changing the emotive states, moving my crops, my angles, working around it. Oh, sorry about that. Let me go back one. Actually, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. And I'm going to come back in. Hey, Devaney. Unmute yourself, babe.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I am great. Your images are gorgeous. They're absolutely amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it was like. Like, I know that you've learned the methodology. You are obviously an Art of Emotion student. So you use the methodology yourself, right?
Mhm.
What was it like actually going through a session and then seeing the images as a client? Because I think it's super important for us to hear from a client perspective how it feels going through a session when someone is coaching and directing you for emotion, and then what it's like trying to choose your images.
Impossible. I was so mad at you.
Sorry, not sorry. I would much rather you be like, oh my God, there's so many images I can't choose, than be able to narrow it down to like 10 or 15 because nothing was really who you are, or just like kind of just got you in the gut and you were like, oh, I have to have this image. Like,
Yeah. I honestly want to do it all over again because I feel like I would take home so much more from the second time, you know?
yeah.
I was just so excited and I had just done the workshop. So I was like, ooh, like I'm fresh in all of this stuff. And now I get home and I'm like, now that I see my photos, I'm like, oh gosh, like how did she do that? It's insane. You just like draw us in. But it's because you're getting us to do that exact like what you want us to do. So I keep seeing you in the back of my head, like you really slow down and you take your time and you really try to get us to connect with you. And
She can join us. It's okay.
you are not supposed to be in here. You slow down and get us to like join you and lock eyes with you and then start going through, each one of the emotions. And you don't know which emotion. It's not like you're like, okay, let's do vulnerability now. You're just going through and right now. And like locking us in and going through all these things. So between doing the session and then seeing the images, you don't feel like you're getting that much when you're like in front of the camera or behind the camera. You're like, I feel like all I'm doing is breathing. This is wild. Like I can't believe she's getting all of this. But then you see the photos and you're like, okay, yeah, totally. You just follow along and you forget that you're following along.
Yeah. And so, in a client experience, did it feel like it was more about you being able to just like let go and be you and have beautiful
Oh my
pictures?
God.
More about like how good your butt looked, or
Oh no.
no?
I think we took like 2 butt photos.
Well, we definitely took more than that. We went through the gallery. There was more than 2 butt photos for sure.
Okay, I only picked like 2
That's
because
not
I like
true.
all of my face better.
That's actually not even true either. You did pick more than 2, but you did end up with a whole gallery, which was over 400 images because
Yeah.
you literally couldn't narrow it down.
No.
That's a problem that we want all of our clients to have. We
Yeah.
want, and not because I feel bad sometimes when I show galleries because I know like they're not going to be able to pick. Like,
Yeah.
I
It's
just know
wild.
that that's it. And I kind of, part of me feels bad, but I would feel much worse if you could pick. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want you to be able to narrow it down because I want there to be so much extraordinary work in there that you're emotionally connected to, that feels like you, that
Oh,
you
yeah.
just have it all. Like,
Yeah, and I mean, I probably could have like taken the whole like all of the ones you didn't even show me too because they were all probably even worthy of like because there's such minor changes. You're like, okay, this one and this one Could I choose between them? Probably, but there's this subtle difference between them that make them so wildly different. You have to have both because of this subtle change that just came out emotionally in you naturally, and that's the best part of the whole thing is the natural part of it. It's not forced. You're not putting the pressure to just like, okay, now put your butt this way and then put your arms this way and then put your hand here, and then no, it's happening so naturally because you're allowed to move and feel yourself and express yourself in whatever way, because there's absolutely no judgment in the studio, and you're just like, yes, yes, like that's what I want, and screaming at us, and we're like, yeah, we're really feeling it. So you don't even think that you're in a pose at all ever.
Right. So isn't that interesting? Because, we've always talked about, I've always said, F the posing guides. They do not work.
Yeah.
Posing does not work, in my opinion. But actually, if you really turn it on its head, I was posing you the whole time we were posing
Mhm.
you. It just doesn't feel like traditional posing because we have taken this to a whole nother level. This is a complete art form in and of itself, right?
Yeah.
The way that we pose and the way that you pose your clients now, too. Being a stripped down student, because full disclosure, Devaney is one of my students. She had that photo shoot with me after she did an online workshop and then came to an in person workshop. And then she also booked a photo session with me. And so she uses these also, like, she uses this methodology, the foundational posing, the categorical posing, whatever we're going to call it, as well as adding like emotive states to it. And so, what kind of differences have you noticed with your struggles with posing and your struggles with feeling like, because let's face it, a lot of us feel like we're not good enough. When we struggle with posing like that, we
Oh
feel
yeah.
like we're not good enough. So, how has that changed that for you?
I no longer get stuck on posing. I get more excited to be like, where are we going next in the studio? Than, oh my God, I don't know where to put my client now. So I can just like fly through a session. Now my sessions feel even longer because I'm like, let's keep going and building and getting more emotion and playing. And they're just so fun. And everybody can tell the difference between my work and other people in the area because they're like, your photo, everybody feels really comfortable in your photos. I'm like, that's because they're allowed to move and they're allowed to do whatever they want. And the difference that I don't longer say like arch your back really hard or put that foot, exactly in this, point your toes. Like I don't say any of that anymore because when we start like grooving, they do it all naturally. And then they start to touch themselves in ways that would be very natural to them. And my client today, I just got back from a shoot earlier. She was extremely nervous. She said she almost didn't show up. And she was feeling it. She was audible, making the noises for me and everything. Like she killed it. Yeah, she was like all in. And I was like, this is insane. Before, I probably would have been very stuck because she was very nervous and stiff. And with normal posing, we probably wouldn't have gotten like nearly. I showed her 300 photos today.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Did you have a good sale?
I did. She did a 45 image album, and then she got a little bedside art. She was like still a little apprehensive and very hard on herself, but I can only do so much. But she was like, oh, this really is hard. So she did say it was hard to narrow down. She did it anyway, but
Have you noticed, like, I know I never talk about the art of emotion as like a sales tool, but have you noticed like your sales have gone up or more repeat business or
yeah.
more things after taking the course? Because a lot of people tell us like you have to know how to market your business and that's how you're going to make more money. And I'm of the opinion that you have to be a brilliant artist. And once you have that down, that is how you are going to make more money. So have
Yeah.
you noticed an increase in that since using these methods?
Yeah.
Technology.
So I'm much more aware of the variety and trying. So, and I'm so new that I'm still working and building upon that. Like we talked about during my reveal, I was like, I thought I was getting variety. I am not getting enough variety. That's why I'm coming back to class. Like I'm still learning. I'm like, I still have a lot to learn when it comes to variety. So, but yeah, wildly different. I think before they could narrow down to, 2010, 15. I think it's possible for them to far now. So I show them anywhere from, today was 300, it was wild, but about 100 to 200, and they usually love 90 right off the bat, and then they're like, shit, what do I do? And then they have to kind of figure out where they fit in their budget. So before, it was like, I'll just take my 20 or 10 and I can do it. I can get down to 10, and now they can't.
Yay, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that experience with us and with your fellow artists in here, because I know a lot of them are struggling with posing their clients and with getting, beautiful imagery that is emotive, because it's so incredibly missing in terms of education within the industry. I'm actually going to bring in the three of you, because I have Miss Katie Tisler, who's with us as well. Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hey. And
your pictures are fire.
Thank you.
As well. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and go through the remainder of the presentation with you guys in here with me. And we're just kind of going to talk about it as we go through it, if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah.
And then if you guys see any questions that I am missing in the comments, if you can answer questions for folks, that would be fantastic. Or if you see something pop up that I should answer, let me know. So some of the the intended side effects of the Art of Emotion, the course that I am trying to get you guys all to take right now, all of you should take it, is we solve that posing problem forever. And we do it in a way that's extremely intensive. This isn't the kind of course that I just drop the information, you take it, and then you go out on your own and try and figure it out. We have class every week. We have multiple videos where I am demonstrating everything for you. We have exercises that we do together. We have weekly class calls. I assess all of your homework that you do. Like, it is, would you guys call it intensive?
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, it's intensive. I don't think there are educators that are as present as I am within.
You'll literally call us if we're missing out and doing things. So yeah, I'd call that intensive.
Yeah. You're not doing your homework, you might get a phone call from me. So we learn how to confidently create gorgeous emotive works of art. That's another thing we really focus on. We gain the ability to coach and direct with precision and intention, which is super important. We definitely learn how to establish second to none relationships with our clients, which makes a massive, massive difference in how we can connect with them, and then the type of imagery that gets created from that. We learn how to stand out from the competition and execute much higher sales. We work to eliminate imposter syndrome, and the way that we do that is by leveling up our skill set. Imposter syndrome is one of two things. It's either you know that you have a hole in your skill set and you're not feeling good about it, or it's a negative self-loop. Either way, we work on both of those things in class. And then we work to reignite your creativity and passion for your craft, and obviously higher sales. And then some of the unintended side effects of this course are you get a ton of repeat clients because they love the experience so much. Stephanie was just saying she's going to book with me again. She wants to do it all again. Like, right? We see much higher numbers of referrals coming in because it's an experience that people love so much. We actually, on a personal level, gain so much more self-confidence and self-worth. We develop stronger interpersonal relationships, not just with our clients, but just in general. We become more open and vulnerable in all aspects of life. There's some healing of trauma and shame and judgment that goes on in class because it is a judgment-free zone. And we increase the quality of life, which then translates back to business and art, which is, there we go, full circle. So do you get a return on your investment? A lot of people ask that question, like, am I going to get any ROI on this? Because there's so many courses out there, and bar the amazing education that Elena provides, because Elena really does work very hard. She's one of the few educators who I am like so on board with. It's not even funny, but generally speaking, our ROI on most education we invest in isn't so great. But with Strip Down, again, you get what you put into it. So you are going to get out of it exactly what you put into it. and your ROI is going to be bananas, absolutely bananas. Most of my students pay for their sessions within the first couple of, or pay for their investment in the course within the first couple of sessions that they do. So you end up selling your highest collections because people can't choose, which is a really good problem to have. We're going to teach you in-depth lead generating tactics this time in Strip Down. We're going to give you that so they can use it while you're going through the course. And it's business. It's totally a write-off, you guys. And again, it's like the ROI is like immeasurable. You really just, I don't know. I don't think you can afford not to do it. What do you guys think? Can they afford not to do it? No, they can't afford
And
it.
I should mention that my sale today, even though it was a 45 image album, that might seem like, I'm not sure, people might not know the scale of that, but that's on the higher end. So it was like a $4,800 sale for me. So, I mean, 45 images for me is that high of a sale. So
there we go. Yeah. There we go. So let's talk about a little bit about what's inside the course really quick so you guys know. In the new Art of Emotive Strip Down course, so this is for those of you who have not been introduced to it, and I've seen a lot of my amazing alumni who are in here. We have our onboarding week, and then we work on mindset, because I fully believe that it is very difficult for anyone to access knowledge and education if we do not have a solid foundation. So because I want so much for every single one of you to cross the finish line, being more confident and a better artist, we definitely focus on our mindset and our learning skills. So that's a module. We have emotion and art. We have a module on normalizing intimacy because we happen to be boudoir photographers, so we need to learn how to really normalize intimacy. Then we have the art and science of body language. We have a full module on client discovery. Now, mind you, I am with you every step of the way through every single module. I'm available to you in the group, and we also do class calls every single week. We have new material applying to the practical application and learning how to coach for joy and confidence. The same thing with coy and longing. The same thing with pleasure and desire. We have a new module that is emotive amplifiers and bleeds. And bleeds are kind of like when one emotion falls into the other. So we have a new course on that. And then we have a bonus working with men, and then a bonus with working with couples, which thank you, Katie, because her and her husband allowed me to shoot them to do that. So that's inside the course. And it's a pretty intensive mentoring course. It's not even like a group course. Like, this is a mentorship. You want my attention, all you have to do is ask for it, and I am there for you. And it's a really strong community where everybody helps each other as well. And there's none of that like, oh, that's a noob, or oh, that person can't. None of that is happening within this course. Everybody really embraces each other and raises each other up. It's really, really awesome. So here is a little sneak peek of what the new course is looking like. I love the new branding. It's really pretty. But more importantly, it's full of substance and lots of it. And so today, you guys have some bonuses. You get $800 off today if you decide to sign up today. If we could drop the link again for that sign up, that would be awesome. We have our own Facebook channel. We have an invitation to a private celebration party with me and everybody else who joins. We have our advanced couples course. And these are all bonuses that you guys are getting. We have a shared experiences for connections and bookings. It's a new thing that we've created for you guys to use as you are going through this growth and learning journey. We've created something that you can use in tandem in all of your socials, so you can take your clients on a growth journey as well and help eliminate the barriers they have to booking, because they really get to know you. We have a 4-week emotional messaging mini course for you. We have my styling course, the limitless posing course. We have a model call for you guys to use while you are taking the course that is specific to the course. We have the In the Sheets guide for you, the Mindset Mastery PDF, and then the Endless Posing guide for you guys as well. So there's lots of bonuses. So you're getting $7,000 off today with all of these bonuses. Okay, so you have 3 payments, and if you decide to do this, I'm going to see you on the other side of brilliance, and I'm really excited. So the online intensive payments are as low as $233. If you want to do the in-person workshop, Payments are as low as $483. And again, today, the BouDIY discount is $800 off. You don't have to put in a code. We already have it set up for you guys, so it is already there. And with that, I want to thank you for your time. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing and come back to the presentation. And you guys are going to let me know if there are questions in there that were asked that we should address.
Well, I just have to tell you, the pricing was so good that it made me choke on my own spit. So, I mean, we do have that. I'm so sorry about that.
I'm happy of all the new giveaways again too.
I feel like we're like the Brady Bunch right now, you guys. I think this is the Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch. These are the kind of relationships that we build in class. Like, we're all friends. Like, this is how we roll. This is how we do it. This is how it works. Like, this is what we do. We love each other and we work hard to help each other grow as artists. None of them are being paid to be here with me. They're students. They don't have to be here with me. They believe in the product and they're here with me. And I think that says a lot about the product as well. So did you guys see any questions that you think we should be answering?
The biggest one that kept coming up was, what's the time that we put into this on a weekly basis? That was actually the biggest one that kept being repeated today. And then one person asked if you do in-person, IPS. So.
Okay, so time commitment. I would say that when we're not in practical application, and those are the weeks where you actually get assignments where you have the choice to either shoot someone who you're working with that's on a model call, or a friend or family member. I generally don't want you guys trying this on clients for the first time, because I want you to be comfortable doing it. And I want your paying clients to be comfortable as well. So trying new things on paying clients sometimes can be a little, that's why we've added the model call for you. So aside from and you can make those big production, or it can be like your neighbor in a pair of sweats. It doesn't matter. I don't care about the production quality. I just want to be able to assess if you are learning how to coach and direct, and you're using your cone and doing all of these wonderful things, right? So those weeks, I would say work is probably, what would you guys say, about 3 hours on the practical application weeks?
Max, really, yeah.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours during practical application weeks. And then the rest of the weeks, I would say it's about an hour commitment with course. And then when you join the live call, where I come in and I answer all questions for you, and we go through course together and I coach you guys through the program, it's about an hour. But those calls are actually recorded. So if you cannot make them, you can always come back to them. If you have questions, hi, honey. If you have questions, there's a place where you can leave questions, and I make sure to answer those questions during the call so that they are answered and recorded for you. But I'm also always available in the Facebook group, so you can get me. This can be a go at your own pace course. There are several times where people have to go out of town for a week or two. Life happens and you miss a couple of weeks, or maybe you might miss the last 3 or 4 weeks of class. That happens sometimes too. You always have access to your course, so you can always go back and do it at your own pace. I believe the best way to do the intensive is to do it with everyone. I think you learn a little bit more when you're pushed by all of your peers around you, as well as by me, but you do have the option of doing it at your own pace. So again, you're going to get what you get out of it. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be present for everything. Like, if you're really putting the work in, it doesn't matter if you're 2 weeks late and you bone up like 1 week on 2 weeks. The value is still there and you still get the course. So hopefully that answered the question. And then the other thing was, do I talk about in-person sales? In general, no, I do not talk about in-person sales. However, I'll talk about it right now real quick. I highly recommend that every single one of you never do anything but an in-person sale, whether that is like physically in person or whether that is over Zoom, especially once you've taken this course, because the connection that you create with your clients is like no other. I know that you're all thinking right now, like, I create such deep connections with my clients. And you do at some level, but once you've taken this course, it's not the same. You guys can attest to that. I'm sure each one of you thought like, I'm so good at creating connections, and then you got and you were like, oh damn, there's so much more to do here.
That
So
was me.
yeah, so IPS I think is incredibly important. So it's something that we could talk about in the group. If somebody has a question about it, I'm not opposed to it. My bangs are doing crazy things. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
I think that you'll get the confidence too, because you start feeling more confident in yourself. So you'll get more confidence to do new things like IPS from the course, because you get so much confidence from everyone around you and seeing their wins. And so it kind of builds you up.
Yeah, absolutely. Were there any other questions that looked like we needed to answer, guys?
Somebody
going through
somebody asked like how it was structured, how the course is structured. I don't know if you've really like gone over how they log in and if you want to get down to like the nitty gritty. I know like when I was signing up for the course, I had never taken an online course before and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So I know that there was a question in there that asked how it was structured.
Well, Katie, do you want to talk about it since you've been through the course?
I mean, like I don't
Okay.
know how the spaces are going to be, like how often they're like
I'll-
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Okay, I'll take it. Someone asked a question for Dan. Go through those, Dan, and pull that question, and we'll come back to it. So the way that the course is structured is it's in Kajabi. You have a student portal. You go in, you access the content in the material, you consume the content in the material. We also have a private Facebook group where we talk to each other and interact with each other. When you have growth assignments, which you do have growth assignments, you post those in the group. I actually go in and I do assessments on your growth assignments. And then we have a weekly coaching call. This year, we're doing it a little bit differently. We are doing the first hour is for alumni only because those are usually more advanced calls. Those are going to be recorded. So everybody gets to watch those, whether you're an alumni or not. So you guys are going to be able to watch the alumni ask like questions that might be a little bit more advanced than you might be thinking of asking. But I'm reserving that time specifically for my alumni so we could take it to another level. And then the hour after that, it's open call for everyone. So it's a 2-hour call, but you don't have to be on it for the 2 hours. So that's basically how it is structured. It's pretty darn simple. Yeah. Okay, so there was a question. Dan, did you grab it? Did you see it?
Yeah, there was one. There's two I saw here. One was they were questioning about being a male boudoir photographer, how to market, I think, and how to maybe navigate being a male
Yeah.
photographer.
I have not seen that one. My delay is terrible tonight, so I'm trying different things.
Can I take that one really quick, and then Dan, you could follow it up?
Let me go with the real quick one. She asked if I show 200 or 300 the same day. Yes, same day. Now you can go. That was an easy one.
Sir, whoever you are out there, how do you market as a male boudoir photographer? Well, you market yourself as a professional portrait photographer. The people who book you are going to be clearly aware that you are a male photographer. And the only obstacle that is standing in between you and those clients is your fear of being a male photographer. That is exactly what I told Dan. And Dan has a thriving business and he has removed that obstacle. No one is going to show up and be like, oh my God, it's a male who's shooting me. We know before we book you. If your heart is in the right place and you are a portrait photographer who wants to facilitate intimate boudoir photos for women, what?
Do it.
Where's the problem? I personally do not see a problem with that. And the clients who book Dan and all of my other male students don't see a problem with it as well. From there, Dan, I'm going to let you take that.
Yeah, okay. I love that. It's a perfect answer because it is. Part of my backstory for the others that don't know me is I've been doing this now. I'm in my 13th year of business. And this is now going to be my third time taking strip down. And then you're going, wow, third time. Yeah, because it's that good. And I want to be around Denise even more. And I still have room to grow. With that said, it was last March that she actually finally literally clicked that light bulb in my head that said, Who cares if you're a guy? And so how do I market myself? I market myself by the work that I put out and by the experience that I create for my clients. Yes, I tell everybody that I'm a guy. I do put myself out there more often than most other boudoir photographers in the area that I know. And Katie, no offense to you, but we're actually neighbors in essence. I don't currently follow you. That's why. So I don't know how much you're out there, but I know I market myself as, yes, I'm a boudoir artist. That's it. I don't say, hey, I'm a guy trying to take your pictures. That's it. I don't do that. I talk about my experience and I let my work speak for itself. And how Denise talks about how you're going to get more referrals. I haven't advertised since I took this course. I have not had to advertise anything, barely even model calls, because my referral business is so much that they don't care that I'm a guy. I mean, some people come to me because I'm a guy as well. Now, one of my biggest things that I always talk about when anybody asks me about being a male doing this is talk to your partner, whatever kind of partner that might be. Talk to your partner and make sure that they are on board as well. I have been married to my high school sweetheart. We are going into our 21st, to celebrate our 21st year of marriage this year. And we have monthly check-ins. We have our guardrails put in place. I have all of that stuff so that my doesn't crumble. But this is I pay for everything. I'm in essence the breadwinner here. Because I'm putting out quality work and creating a great experience for all of my clients, I don't worry about, oh my gosh, I'm a guy doing this. That doesn't matter. My heart's in it. I know that God tells me to do this. I'm good to go.
Yeah. I'm going to speak for Katie. Katie puts herself out there too, amazingly. And I think it says a lot about, they're not too far from each other, but I think they're both booking like pretty solidly. And it's because they create experiences and work for their clients. It's like, it's out there. You guys are probably dominating the market. I feel sorry for the other photographers in your area. Katie's work is absolutely phenomenal. And Katie is like really good at showing up as well. I don't know if you were this good at showing up before Strip Down, but you are killing it like now, like you are out there all the time. So Katie, if I can ask you, like, how has Strip Down solved your posing problem and changed like your business? Like, what has it done for you? Do you think photographers should take it because this posing problem is just out of control and like we need to solve it and create?
Yes. So Strip Down was completely a game changer for me. It completely changed like everything. It made me realize that there was a creative side to me that I didn't even know existed. And I'm so sorry if you guys have caught a live where I've said this before, because it's like so true. Like it is so true how Strip Down just completely elevated everything that I've ever produced. I look at my work before and I don't judge it too harshly. Obviously, I still love myself. But Strip Down almost ruined me because I look at things from a completely different perspective. And I see how tense my clients were in the sessions before. And I didn't notice that until Strip Down. Like I learned how to read body language so much better from taking this course. And I have a staff and I have lots of social media people that like follow me so I can have, content. And they're always asking me like, how do you know that they're tense? Because I have them let out a breath and you can see them relax. I'm like, girl, you just see it. Like, just watch, Denise help me, so, but yeah, it completely changed how I pose people, how I like go to the sessions and start the sessions. Like it completely changed everything. And she's totally right. Janie's totally right. Like it gives you confidence to try all of those other things that you were afraid to try to begin with, because there was a lot that I wanted to create and I just was so not confident in my abilities. I didn't see myself as an artist until taking Strip Down. And once I took the course and was like, fuck yeah, like I have the tools now, I am killing it. I see myself as an artist and so much more than just a boudoir photographer, right? Like I'm so much more than that now. And I am giving my clients experiences that are so much more than just a boudoir photo shoot, if that makes sense. And yeah, posing, like I don't even think about it anymore. I just go in and it Strip Down just helped me be able to direct them and clear my mind and not have to be stuck on, okay, I'm going to put them here and then I'm going to put them here and then I'm going to put them here. Like there was a flow to my work and it was so monotonous and boring. And I needed stripped down to bring that out in me and get me out of the boring poses that I was just stuck on, and the facial expressions, like part your lips. That was my direction. That was it before stripped down. Part those lips. So, but yeah, so it's completely elevated everything. Stripped down. No matter where you are on your journey, by the way, I saw some people saying that I just started boudoir photography. I'm not gonna, take the plunge. Do it now. Like learn it this way now, so that you don't have to unlearn what you've already learned, right? Like
Amen. Yes. Yeah.
This is a whole different way. This is the game changer. Start here.
Yes.
Don't learn all the other stuff. This is where you have to start. I have taken so much education. Like I'm talking so much. I've been in the game for a while. Nothing compares to Strip Down. It helped me emotionally connect with my clients, which was what I was craving, is that human emotional connection and bringing out the beauty in all of the people in this world. And Strip Down helped me do that and not freak out about posing before I go into a session, because it's about the clients and what they want to show. And she, Denise helped me learn that. That was very long-winded, so I'm very sorry.
No, that's okay. It was beautiful. I'm glad that it did all that for you. I do not work as hard as I do to not have it affect you that way. Like, I put a lot of work, heart, and love into like making sure all of you get past that finish line, and knowing that you do is amazing.
Can I chime in real quick on something that you just said, Katie, because it's very important. What Denise's methods are more than all of those posing guides and all of that stuff that we're all getting, in this. This is something that you cannot get by downloading a PDF, printing it out, and hoping that this works. There's a reason that this course is 12 weeks and intensive, and really, 2 to 3 hours a week, 4 hours a week. Okay, quit doom scrolling. Put your time into this instead. But also, there are other people out there currently that are trying to do some emotive posing and things like that. One of the things that I love about what Denise's methods are, yes, I'm an empowerment photographer, so 99% of my work is boudoir, but you can do this family sessions, weddings. Denise, you're primarily a wedding photographer, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So the methods are something that not only change your work, but as Katie said, they change your life. This is something that, there's a reason I'm back for a third, I got on a plane to come and see Denise. One of the questions that I saw in here that I want to make sure we got is a couple of people didn't understand what the online is versus the workshop, blah, 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 blah. So do we have any seats left for the actual last workshop?
Yes, we do. Not very many though.
They better go, because that was the best experience of my life.
Yeah, so if you're interested, so this is how it works, guys. In the beginning, when I first started teaching the Art of Emotion methodology, I was just doing it in-person workshops. And I quickly realized that I didn't have enough time in an in-person workshop to get people where I needed them to be able to absorb all of the knowledge and the information. So they got part of it. They weren't getting everything that I had to offer. So I switched over to online, because I knew in online, I had more time to work with everyone and deliver all of the knowledge, information, tools, skills, all of that kind of stuff, get past obstacles, barriers, like really get everybody's mindset right and get us all working in the same direction so that we could access that education and information and implement it. So we have the online course. Then we have the in-person, because a lot of people who take the online course want to come and work with me directly. So my workshops are unlike any other workshop you've been to. There is no such thing as a shootout at my workshop. We do not do that. We have model stations, and our models are model clients, by the way, and they are not allowed to model for you either. You have to guide, coach, and direct them yourself. There is a moderator at every session, or at every single station, that is a stripped down master student. So there is someone there with you. Each person gets an allotted amount of time to work with that model client and to flex the skills that I've taught you in the online class, and to also ask for help from myself. You get one-on-one time with me, and then all of the master students, as well as the pod, or sometimes we call them like murder of crows, pods of dolphins, murders of crows, whatever, that you're working with. You'll be with a group of like 5, 6, 7 people, and you rotate between stations. And it's a 3-day workshop. It's really intensive. It's absolutely phenomenal. Listen, this is not a portfolio building workshop. You will come out of this workshop with images for your portfolio for show. But this is a skill building workshop. If you pick up your camera, there's a rule, one person shooting at a time. If you pick up your camera while somebody else is shooting and shoot over their shoulder, you will be put on a timeout, period. Because everybody gets their time, and everybody gets their safe space, and everybody gets their opportunity to melt down, for sure. Everybody gets their opportunity to have that phoenix out of the ashes moment. Everybody gets their opportunity to struggle, and everybody gets their opportunity to have like their aha moments. And when you're in an environment where everybody's trying to shoot, inevitably there's an asshole like me who is like elbowing, pushing, tripping, all that kind of stuff to get my shot. Like if it's not structured, I'm taking over. And because I know how I am, I know that there are other people like me. So I structure my workshops so that assholes like us can't dominate those workshops, and everybody gets an opportunity to learn. And by the way, I do not pick up my cameras at workshops myself personally, which is really hard because I style everything. And I shoot it so badly, it's not even funny. But it's not about me. It's about me getting you guys to the next place. So you cannot take a workshop unless you've done the online class. Because if you showed up at a workshop without having done the online class, you would probably have a nervous breakdown. It's intense. It's really, really intense. I don't think it's not okay. It's not okay to come into a workshop without doing the online first. It's just it'd be too tough.
Yeah, it would be really hard.
And also, I want to attest to, don't think you can sign up, go, I'm just going to do the online now and I'll be fine. And I'm not going to go out to the San Francisco Bay Area.
I had to go.
I had to. That is the reason I signed back up in the fall, is I had to go to that in person. The first time I took this course last spring, I only did the online, and I swear I had the biggest FOMO I've ever had in my life. Because class, we didn't have it for that week, those 2 weeks, because you guys were there. Oh my gosh, I hated it. So as soon as we got that opportunity to go back the second time, we did it. One of the things that Denise talked about earlier, this is a write-off. I actually made this my family vacation last year because San Fran was on our bucket list, and I wrote it almost 100% off everything. Now go talk to your tax person, but I got to take my family with me, my 2 teenagers and my wife, out to San Francisco. And the workshop is amazing, utterly amazing. The way that Denise, your course is structured so that you take all of us and you level the playing field. Nobody's better than anybody, all of that. The in-person workshop, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that first day, let alone when we got to shoot. But just the amount of love that is in that room and the amount of support that is in that room. And as a male doing this in a women-dominated industry in boudoir, I felt like I was the outsider, but I've never felt more of a part of a group than that day, ever. And there's a reason that Denise asked me to come on to these live, because this is more than just buying some stupid course, getting these PDFs and whatever. This is a life changer. You're part of a community that loves you, supports you, and we're all excited to see each other, and talk, not shut up.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
If that's okay. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of reasons why people take this course, right? But I'm going to be vulnerable and let you know, because I know there's photographers out there that are struggling with what I was struggling with when I booked and when I started taking strip down. If you are a photographer who is just feeling kind of lost and you're struggling with where you fit in this genre, or you're just feeling like that creative side of you is just lost and you can't get over that hurdle, like you know you can do it, you just can't quite get there, there's just something missing, this is that. Like, this will take all of those blocks that you have, and they're going to turn them into more of a strength for you, because you're going to be able to like talk to people better and just treat them in better ways and be able to read their body language better. Like, this really is such a life changer. And if you feel stuck, like I felt so stuck, I was ready to throw in the towel before I took this course, like legit ready, because I was just so overwhelmed, and I could not figure out what was missing in my work. And this was it. This course seriously is so incredible, and it really is life changing. You cannot just half-ass it though. You have to commit it to the time. You deserve it. Your clients deserve it. And your journey it'll just blossom and be so amazing. Your growth will just be outstanding. So seriously, if you are one of those people that just feels in a creative rut, this is going to take you to that next level. It really will. You have to commit, but it's so worth it.
This
Katie,
was my last. Sorry, go ahead.
Katie, I'm so glad you didn't throw in the towel. Oh my God.
I was close. I was there. Like, I was seriously so overwhelmed. I just could not figure out what was missing. I was just tired of the monotony, and I was just so done. I didn't feel, my soul was not lit anymore, you know? And this really did just take it to where I needed it to go.
I was just telling Denise that during our reveal. I said, I was missing something, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I'm like, there's something missing from my work. I can feel it. I can see it. I know I can do more, because I've seen these little glimpses of these people that I've shot like over the, course of the couple years. And I'm like, I know it's in there. I just don't know what else to do. And this was the last course I was going to invest in. And then I was like, I'm done investing in courses. This is going to be the last one. And I went to the workshop, and then I'm investing in it again. And now I'm hooked.
I was right there with you.
It happened. I haven't invested in any other education other than a mindset coach to a company strip down.
Devaney, I'm the same. I've been, I did this for so many years, and I always felt like something was missing. And I would get to the end of a session, and I would finally like get something out of those people. And I was like, oh my God, I want that. But at the beginning,
yeah,
why can't I get that for the whole 90 minutes? And it's like, well, now they want to stay longer. And I'm like, no, you got to leave. We're already at 500 images, But also, one of the big things is, and Katie, that was so vulnerable and so correct in saying. So thank you for sharing that with us. But how about this? Maybe you're a photographer that maybe you're not making a lot of money. Maybe you're thinking, well, maybe this isn't for me. I can't afford to buy another course. That is a very big investment. Yes, it is. Okay. But this is the investment you need. You're going to make your money back. I can pretty much guarantee that you are going to make your money back. It's pretty dang funny how kind of fast you can make your money back, because you separate yourself from everybody else. You're leveled up. Then you can charge your worth a little bit more because of also the mindset that Denise is giving you. And you're going to see things differently. And you're going to stop running those model calls or whatever, trying to, fill your calendar fast, because this is something that's going to make you better longevity. And the ROI is going to be there, that you literally will laugh at. And I'm living proof this year. I'm taking less sessions, but I've already beat where I was this time of the year last year in June. And I'm there now. And I've taken less sessions because of, and I'm not kidding, it is most of the methodology that I learned in this course. I honestly, don't beat me up for this, but I only logged into the business portion twice so far from last time, because I'm like, okay, I'm so busy that I don't have time to really get back into that course, but I'm ready for this one come May 1st. So guys, and everybody that's watching, join us in this class. We're not just lying when we say that this is life-changing, but it's also pocketbook changing. You will make more money, and you will actually work less.
I think
And come to the workshop. Come to the workshop.
Yeah.
My husband was there because he came on vacation, like he was there. So he helped a little bit. And even he said that it was amazing having him there. Even he said that he could see the growth in the photographers from the first day. And he's not even like big into photography. He's like my behind the scenes person. Like he said he couldn't believe the growth that he saw in these workshops. So go. If you can go. Like
you
it's
have to go to the workshop, in-person workshop.
Hello.
And I was going to say really quickly, so I joined, and it was Dan's second year when I had joined, and I told him this when I got back from the workshop. I didn't believe him. I was like, how is he saying it's so life-changing? I just don't understand this. And I did take a little bit off of the course because there were some personal things going on in my life. So I took a little break, and I was like, I'm full on going to the workshop and just immersing myself in it. And when I got back from the workshop, I messaged Dan and I was like, I know now. I was like, I know why it's life-changing now. I get it. So I didn't believe anything Dan was saying. So take it from me. Believe what Dan is saying because it is all true. It's incredible. And there's really no other way to explain it than just experiencing it and when we say life-changing, it's because you are free to express yourself in any way, shape, or form. And Denise and everyone around you gives you that freedom to express yourself. Nothing is shameful. Nothing is silly. Nothing is taboo. It's all okay. And it gives you that freedom to just express yourself any way that you want. And then give your clients permission to do that. I mean, so many of my clients come in and they're like, I can show you my downstairs kitty. That's okay. And I'm like, yeah, girl, let's do it. I don't care. And they're like, oh, okay. And then it just like blows their mind that you're like, it's okay to do those things. And my client, for the first time the other day, she did like a little crotch shot. She pulled up her dress and she did a whole crotch shot. And I was like, look at this. And I was like thinking of Denise and Betsy of, crotch shots.
Because that client discovery week is so amazing. Truly, that week alone right there, I think you should double it and make it 2 weeks in a way, because it changes everything, and so good. Yeah.
So guys, can I just ask you a quick question? I'm going to give you 1, 2, 3 so that we can do in unison. What is the only thing that you can do wrong in this course? 1, 2, 3.
Not try.
Not try.
That's it. That is the only thing that we can do wrong, is not try. For those of you out there who are like, should I do this or not? I'm going to tell you right now, the only thing that you can do wrong is not try. That's it. You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. And
everything
to gain. Everything to gain. So I hope that I was able to kind of like shift your perspective a little bit on the posing problem and show you that, yes, it is a problem. And man, I fucking hate it as much as you guys do. Pardon my French. Get used to it if you're going to take class with me. I hate that problem. I hate that you guys have it. But this isn't a traditional posing course, but this is a posing course, and you are going to learn how to solve that problem. And I hope that I left you with actionables today that you can take away and start using. Moreover, I hope to see you in class. And with that, we've got a winner to announce, you guys.
Right.
We've got a winner. We've got 2 winners. We're giving away the cinematic lighting course from Miss Elena Marr, who is awesome. I know, right? We love her. So our winner for the full ride scholarship to the online intensive, and you do have to be here to win. So that is Tara Owens. So Tara, let us know if you're here quickly. Be like, yeah, I'm here. We're going to wait a second and see what happens.
And there's always a delay.
Yeah, there's a pretty good delay.
It's great. Okay, so we're not in Facebook.
I have it up here on the screen. I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I'm waiting too. I don't see her yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
Oh no. Okay. Well,
Tara, what was the last name?
Owens.
Yeah. I don't see.
Okay. So then my backup is Cassandra Bean. Let's
Well, congrats, but no.
It's okay. I'll just take it.
I'll take the other half.
So, Cassandra Bean, you need to let us know that you're here.
Oh no.
Saying, oh no.
Yeah.
I know. Oh no. Oh,
Everyone's
no.
like, right, I'll take something. Call me.
Can I be Tara? Yeah.
Can I be Tara?
So then my third backup is Mariah Sargent.
Oh, I think I saw that name. Maybe.
Yeah, you're right. Erica, people are going to be upset.
Yeah.
People are going to be super upset.
Yay! Mariah's here.
Yay!
Oh, perfect.
We're super excited to have you join us in class. Rad. That's
Congratulations.
awesome. Yay, Mariah. We're
So
excited
awesome.
for you. Okay, and now, gosh, let's hope that our person for Elena's giveaway is here. Okay, so for the cinematic lighting course is Trisha Putt. Trisha, are you here with us? Yay, Mariah's all excited. I'm excited too. Woohoo! That's awesome. I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna have a split.
What did you say?
I said I'm so excited. I think I'm gonna have a banana split when we're done with this.
I thought you said you was gonna do a split.
So did I.
That sounds so good. Thank you. Now I'm going to have that.
Yeah. Oh, Trisha's here. Trisha's here. We all should have a banana split. Yes. Exciting. Okay, guys. So we're gonna drop the code again one more time. You need to come and join us in Strip Down. I told you at the beginning. Going to give you actionables, gave them to you. Going to identify the problems. We did it. We've got the solutions. We gave you some to start using. If you really want to level up, come join us in class. I know that a lot of people were saying like, oh, I'll just take it next time. I'm pretty sure that this is the only Strip Down that I'm going to run this year. And I know that I say this often, like I don't know if I'm going to run another one. Legitimately, I never know if I'm going to run another one. It really depends on how launch goes, and that is the nature of the beast of launches. So, and also there are other things that I want to do. I mean, and I've been saying that for a long time, and I keep getting pulled back into this. So if you guys want if you want this course, if you want to go to the next level, now is the time. So don't hesitate. Like, the payment plans are insane. I am like giving you guys easy payment plans without any interest on them whatsoever. I'm financing them for you. So it's a write-off. Come and join us. I will see you guys on the other side of brilliance. Kids, I love you. I will see you in just a couple of weeks in class.
I'm so excited.
We're starting again pretty soon. So thank you guys all for joining us. Thank you so much. And don't forget to go and download the endless posing guide that I have for everybody who's here. And for those of you who are saying you can't afford it, I can't say that that's not a reality. But I am telling you that the monthly payments are so insane that with like the model calls we're giving you, and if you put the work in, this is something that anybody should be able to do. So it's just a matter of where you decide to put the monies that you have. But I also understand if you can't afford it, that is okay too. We have our group, we have community calls. Come be a part of it. Come get lots of good free education and amazing community in our group as well. And our group is Strip Down, the Art of Emotive Photography. And I'm in there every week going live with you guys right now. So to everybody, thank you so much. You guys, I love you dearly. I'll see you all soon. Talk to you guys later. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.